Alright guys, TheMadeMan here. It's been a few days since I worked on my car, but yeah, because of delays and everything, I had to delay and stop it. But now I have time, I'm gonna continue the work on the car and the videos. So, we're back here. Off camera, I flipped the polygons that were there, were flipped. This is what it not originally looks like when I imported the car. And we can just select it, then flip it. I already showed you guys the keys, the hotkeys I assigned and used in the last video. So I'm gonna focus on conversion rather than what you should do and what button you press, because I already shown the buttons. So, one trick though, guys, to make your life easier, just delete one side like I did here, and then just flip on one side. We can just mirror it like into here. So another thing I gotta say is, in C model, the axis works differently from the blender. Okay, so for blender, it depends on basically, I guess, the coordinates, I think, but it's just different. Here in C model, it depends on the camera angle. Okay, so x axis is you move things around horizontally, and then y axis you move it up vertically like this. So be careful, it's not the same as you know it's not the same as blender. But anyways, since we're here, we could just choose only the x-axis and then mirror it. Oh wait, before that, copy the object too. Okay, now we can just mirror it, flip it, calculate the normals, do the same for this side. It's not gonna show anything yet, but when you assign it to a material, it's gonna look confusing. So just press C to calculate. Attach the models. So attach like this. Click on something you want to attach, and then hold something you attach it to. Now we have the whole car. Flip onto the right side, the correct side at least. But save the file, of course. Just save it. Then thing I do here is just, now that we have the car, you could just create some new materials and set it up yourself, but for the ease of conversion, I just import in a default car. Just pick something that is similar enough, like a sedan here. I pick a Sentinel, export it to the folder you're working on, also the txt file. There we go. Now we export it. Use magic txt here, and then open. Go to the folder of your mod. Here. Then open the txt file and then export all TGA again, because the C model is set up this way. Go to here, select folder. Now you have the textures exported, and then you can go here and then copy this over to this folder, because this is where the CMod file will stay, and it will load the textures from there. You could just delete these files, but I'm gonna keep it here, so when I basically finish, I don't have to just click too many times. So, but anyways, now we got the files. We can import here, and then Sentinel. Now we have the Sentinel in. You're gonna immediately see that it's completely rotated around. It's the wrong way, so we can change it, of course. Hide the Sentinel and then rotate it. Press Control and then rotate button. In my case, it's R. Oh wait, no, Shift R, I think. No, wait, what? Okay, sorry. Go to modify, rotate, and then Control. No, wait, Shift rotate. Oh, and click 180. Now we rotate it 180 degrees, and then as the hotkeys are already set, okay, go to center to object, display local axis center to object. Then you click here on the square offset here. There we go. Now we have this, I guess, this thing. Local X is what they call the pivot. Okay, the pivot position to the middle of the core. So now here, reset to parent, click here again, untick to keep object. Okay, then click this. Now you can see that it's in the middle of the scene, I guess. And keep it like this now. Then we have this, and then it's a sentinel. Now you're gonna see that if you work on a different core, you will probably see that it's way smaller than what GTA San Andreas cars are like. That's because the San Andreas cars are oversized, so we're gonna scale it up a little bit. But the best way I can just measure what size it should be is just open up the Wikipedia page for the real life cars for your mod and the car you're basing the conversion on. In this case I have the Maserati and then the BMW. Now you can just look at the dimensions, and you can see for my case the Maserati is shorter than the BMW, but is wider than the BMW and shorter than the BMW. But anyways, we can just scale up. So to do that, go to modify exact transform, hide the sentinel, click on it, and then just scale it up. Let's just say 1.1 for this car. We can undo if it's wrong, of course. Let me see. Okay, it's shorter, of course. Still not wider. Okay, now we can just scale it up a little bit. So Control Z to undo it. Then again, let's just say 1.15. 1.15 here. There we go. Let me see the size. It's almost as long. So let's just say it's shorter. As you can see, it's slightly shorter than the BMW now, or the Sentinel. The width, let's just keep it like this. The height is good enough, I think. So before that, so we can just go to display, local X, reset to parent, orientation, take the keep object, click on it, so that when you have imported into the game, it will be scaled properly. Otherwise, it would be too small. So now we have the card in its right size. We can let's just save it and then create another save, so we can just return if something goes wrong, as I did with Blender. So now we have the car, and then the car we're gonna convert using it as a base, I guess. Now we have this. Now remember the materials that I assigned to parts of the core. It's gonna come in handy right now. But before going anywhere, so right click on the object, the car, properties, vertices, format, UV channels, increase it to 2. That's what San Andreas use. And now we have this. Now go to polygons mode. Yep, polygons, it's here in the bottom of the screen. And then select it by material. Select paint. This is what we assign it to again, by the way. Detach it. Every time you open CModeler, do yourself a favor. Just come to the detach menu and untick this. This is gonna mess things up. Not good. Just disable it. Now we have this. Now we have the paint isolated from the core itself. As you can see. Now we can just assign this to it. There we go. You can see the polygons from here, right? So we can fix that by start welding things together. There are probably faster ways that you can do this, but this is how I usually do it. So here and then I think I'll leave here. Uh, just do one side, just like before. Do only one side and then mirror it later. Okay. So here, go to the vortex mode. Select the vertices that are, you know, in the same location, and then weld it. I use W as a hotkey, as I said before. Do it basically for the whole core, and this is gonna take a while, of course. If you wanna know what kind of lighting it looks like, what kind of shape, I don't know what it's called. Apologize for the bad English here, but you can see that here you can see the lines going through the core like this. You can just separate it from other parts and then weld it, because if you weld everything together it's gonna look smooth, but this is obviously not that smooth. So detach, weld together. Selected mode doesn't matter, you can just disable it if you want, but for it to look easier to see, once you select it, enable the selected mode, you can see here. And now this, okay, I'll try, and then here, there we go. Keep these things separated, because when we mirror it, we're gonna have to weld it the last time, and you don't wanna weld these vertices together, because it's gonna have bad lighting with it. So keep it separate every time. Now we go here. Do this. Attach it here. There we go. Alright, so now we can just mirror it by copy, go to top view, and then enable only the x-axis, and then mirror it, flip it, calculate the normals, and then attach it back, and then weld it here again every time you mirror things around. Do the same here. Oops. Nope. This one. There we go. And weld things together. You're gonna hear the window sounds a lot, because CMOD kinda screws up sometimes. But anyways. Here. Let's just keep it the same for now. We can detach it later if it looks weird. So select faster by using the quad selection. Detach it. Now we have this thing. We weld everything together again. We just keep it here for now. And here. Now we have the door. Basically do the same for the whole core. So uh, the progress can be tedious and takes a long time. But if you want to make a mod for GTA, you gotta be patient, just like any other things you do. Basically, be patient. Don't speed up too much. You could screw things up, and you have to do things again and wasting more time. Don't be too hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Here we have this. Alright, I'll be back later when I finish painting things around. See you soon. No, see you in a bit. Alright, it may or may not have been one day later, but anyways, let's just continue what we were doing. So, I mirrored the whole core after building stuff, and here's the result. It looks much better than before. Now we're gonna do the same for the bumpers. We should be mapping it at the same time. So just only do one side and then mirror again like before. So alright, one trick I can tell you guys is that when you weld things together, sometimes you weld the vertices that shouldn't be welded together. So to detach them, so just select the polygons here and then detach, untick to new object, and then select that mode on, click. Now it's detached. Do same here. Let me do this as well. Detach and then calculate the normals. Now it's gonna and looks less weird, I guess. Now just do the same process on the rear bumper. Alright, so it finished the rear bumper. Now we're gonna map the dirt that will appear on the core. So select the sides. Just select the sides, don't select the roof, the upper part, because the mapping can get messed up sometimes and you're gonna have some weird looking stuff, weird looking dirt on the roof, so we don't want that. So we're gonna only select the sides of the car. Here we go. Detach it because it's already detached from the rest of the body, so it should be fine. You don't have to rebuild anything. Now we can just go to the left side view and then edit the UV. Use a hotkey, I already told you. Or if you don't have it, assign to surface mapping, edit UV, click on it, generate new. You can see the new dirt here, and then we can just move it here. It should be good enough here. Now go 3D mode and then reattach it to the rest of the body again. Now we have dirt here, and we're gonna do the same for the front bumper. Wait, what's going on here? Wait, what's happening here? Okay, well, I screwed up. Oh no. I have to do the whole thing again. I'll be right back. Alright, I fixed it. Now we can map. So go to front view. Do the same thing as the body. Okay, sometimes it uses perspective view and we don't want that, so do this again till you get the right. There we go. Hold on. Okay. Now as you can see here, it's a little bit, stretched out, so we can just move the polygons here, move up like this, do the same with this one. Here we go. Just use the perspective view to see if it's good enough for you. That should be good enough. Now do this, and then to make it line up with the car, we can just hold on. I forgot. Okay, I screwed up again. Let me do this for a second. I haven't mapped the roof yet. I have to map it again. But anyways, to line up, so edit UV again, but don't take generate new. Just edit UV. Keep the settings like this and click OK. Hold on, what the hell? Wait, what's happening? Oh, it's the wrong. Okay, well, messed up again. Let me assign the right UV to it. There we go. Do this again. Do the same thing here again. Okay, mess it up. Yeah, that should be good. Now remap this thing. No, not remap. I mean, you can see the mapping already on the polygons by doing this. Keep the settings. You can see what we have here. So now move the object, scale it down to again line it up like this. No, hold on. This is still kind of small. Is it? Wait, what the hell? Trying to see what's wrong with it right now. Let me scale it up, I think. Yeah, that should be good enough. Now we can do the same for the rear bumper. Use the rear view, back view. Now scale it down to the right size. Here we go, that should be good enough. Now you can still see it looks kind of ugly up here, so we can detach it to a new object and then remap it, of course. Right, it's wrong again. Here we go. And now let's see the front bumper. This one looks fine, so we're not gonna do anything with it. And now the roof and the top. We don't want dirt up here, so just make it very small here. Then drag into the white zone. Done. Now attach it. Attach this part here. There we go. Now we're gonna wanna mirror the bumper. Just turn on only the x-axis and then mirror it from the top view. Flip it, calculate, and then attach. Now weld things together. And now detach things again, because we don't want these parts being attached and welded. Here we go. That should be good. Here we go. It's good now. Do the same here for the rear bumper. Oops, okay, wait. Because we remap this thing, it can be strange. It can break, so we detach it to a new object and then we do this. Do the rest here. Now I attach it again. Now we're gonna map the reflections of the car. So select all three objects we have here and then turn on selected mode, edit UV, generate new, go to the second channel, map it from the left view so it doesn't, this is basically the correct size, and then select all of this and move it down like around here. Should be good enough, as we can see here. This looks a little low. That's a little better. No. I think that should be good enough. So here we go. We map the reflections can start renaming objects. So this is a front bumper. And this is a rear bumper. This is the chassis. Now we have the painted parts of the car as a chassis. Now we can continue on other things we have. So let's start on the light. This is a front light. So we can detach it. Again, weld things again. Weld them together. And then this is the front left side of the car, as you can see here. So this material should say FL, so front left. Assign it, and then go to the front view. It's UV. Here we go. I'm gonna choose this one. So avoid choosing this one because it's darker and sometimes it looks strange. So I'm gonna just stick to these two. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna use this one actually. So scale it up. Move the vertices to make it a rectangle. That should look good enough. Now let's do the turn light. This is this one. Just weld things together again. Then use let's create a new texture, actually new material. So click here. No, wait, we want this one. Let's use this one. So this is copy the material, and then we rename it to this, then put spec on the back. Let's see here. Specular highlight. Turn on specular highlight here. Let me see how much strength. Change strength to 70, just like the other light. And then change the texture by going down here. Here we go. Assign the selection. Now with the right texture, we can map it from the front. Just make it a square, like the texture. So scale it along the x-axis like this. That should be good enough. Then hash this thing to the headlight. Then we create another copy of it and then mirror it to the other side. Use only x-axis from the front view. Flip it, calculate normals, and then we attach it back again. Now we edit this part. So select the front light, the front right side. Change the material to the correct one here. FR, front right. Should look like blue, greenish color. Then attach it to the chassis. Here we go. Now we have this. Now normally in San Andreas there are glasses in front of the light, so we're gonna create one as well. Select the material, detach it to a new object, calculate the normals, and then assign it to this one. This is generally the glass texture. It's gonna say ENV, and then spec, and then trans. This is the glass. So now we have the materials applied. Remap it to a dark area in the texture, like here, down here. Make sure it's totally in a black texture, and do the second mapping for the reflection. We don't really want it, so just scale it down in the middle of this blue portion. Now we can rename this glass to prevent it from having transparency issues in the game. It happens a lot, so I just keep it separate objects. Here we have the front light. So let's do front grill here. Make sure to build things again. I use this texture, generic 256. Map it from the front. Rotate it 90 degrees. Sorry. Okay, and then scale it down. And then scale it to the sides. Now we have the front grille, so we can attach it to the core and do the same here. So to keep it consistent, I just overlap these vertices, then map it as once, like this. I'm gonna put it here. Hold on, scale it down. We rotate it by 180 degrees. Let me take a look. It should be good enough. It should be good. Then do the same for this part here. Hold on, let me turn off the Windows sound. Actually, kind of annoying. Here we go. Use the same material again. And then just keep the settings like this to see the mappings of the object. Oh, rotate by 90 degrees. Like this. Yep, it's the correct side. Should be good now. Now we attach it. And then we weld things together again. And then we detach the inner part. And we mirror this to the other side. Attach it again. Weld things again. And then detach the inner part again. Let me also detach the bottom part from the sides. Now we have a working, completely finished grill. Now we have this. And then we're gonna do this under the bumper part. So remember the material we assigned earlier. So select it and detach it out. This is the front bumper. And then here again, we're gonna use a map. We're gonna map this thing. Hold on, I screwed some things up. Let me do this. Oh no. I'll be right back. So select these things, these polygons, detach it, and we attach back to this thing. Let me move this down actually. That should be all good. Now weld things together again. Here we go. Then use generic 256 textures again. Detach the top part. And remap it from the front. Let me extend this a little bit out so it doesn't look weird. Alright, then now we do this. Select the top vertex, move it up, and then we move the polygons here, map it here. This part of the texture. Now that should be good. We mirror it to the other side again. Then we weld things. Then detach it. And then attach it to the car. There we go. Now this should be mostly fine. The front part. Now we can move to the back here, starting with the light. And since this is a rear left light, we select this one, RL rear left, and then we map it from the back. Make it a rectangle again. Although in this case I might not have to make it a rectangle because the shape is already not rectangle, so it might be fine if we leave it like this. I'm gonna leave it like this. And this is turn light. Use the new material we just made. Let me map it from the left. Make it a square. use this part of the texture. That should be good enough. Now we copy this thing again and mirror it to the other side. Also I forgot to mention, turn this thing off. It's gonna screw things up sometimes. Turn the moving off, change it to none, so you don't mistakenly move things when you copy stuff. So here, and since this is the right rear side of the core, we change the material again. There we go. Now it's the correct material. Attach it to this. Attach this again. Now we have the rear light here. And so now we have this under bumper part again. So this is basically the same process as the front part, but this is it, guys. This is it for the video today. So I'm gonna be doing retexturing stuff off camera using whatever I mentioned before. So see you in the next video. And by the way, guys, make sure to check out my workshop on GTAF forums. Nothing new just yet because I've been busy and working on these videos as well. But check it out if you haven't checked it yet. Subscribe to the channel created for this series and maybe future series, and to follow this series, I guess. So see you in next video. Thanks for watching.